Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for Married to Medicine Season 8, Episode 14. I was bored this episode. I am going to barely be on camera while I am here. I don't feel like, being on. I look good, though. You know what I'm saying? My brain still looks weird. Because I just don't, I'm just in a mood. It's late, it's 12:17. Okay. It's been a long day at work. So I'm not gonna be on camera. Peace. Anyway, but first things first, if you have not done so already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Do not forget to also like this video because it helps YouTube to share what we have going on with other people. Okay, do not see. I'm tired. Okay, do not forget. I'm sorry, y'all. It's gonna make y'all yawn. Do not forget to comment in the comment section, to hit that share button, to share this video on your social media, to share me with your people, okay? You can also relax and relate and release, consider yourself and everyone around you. And also do not forget to inhale and to exhale round here, okay? To keep yourself calm, cool, and collected and whatnot, okay? Follow me on my social media. Okay, on Twitter and IG at J_Lees_Corner. My CashApp is up there, but also, like the video and subscribe. Okay, let's start. Look, Scott and Contessa. Can somebody just have them go sit down somewhere with a divorce attorney, a judge, and a nanny, and let them just sort this on out or whatever? Cause I'm like, y'all is getting on my nerve now. Now we see, I feel like this episode wasn't that much, and that's why I'm like, I don't feel like being on camera. I'm tired, okay? And it will either come on here and don't be on camera, or do not do the review at all. And I'm like, I think some of y'all want to see this review. I don't know. Tell me in the comments section. Okay, on days where I don't feel like reviewing the show, if you want to still see me, let me know in the comment section about that. Okay, I used to do in my comment section all the time. Put little codes in here to let me know that y'all watching. I think I'm gonna start doing that again. So somewhere throughout my videos will be a code for the comment section again. Okay, but anyway, we see Quiet and Anila Nyla. Okay. And Anila come over there or whatever to show Quad. I thought it was clothes. She had hair. She had balled up, I don't know if it was Indian hair. It was original hair on someone's head that was on a track, and it was long. And she said, as a blogger, okay, as a she said, whatever she said, as her influencer. As an influencer, you have to always have some weave around. I was like, none of you don't wear weave, but I'm going to leave that be and whatnot, okay? It was funny for Quad to say, girl, you should never ball your weave up. Treat it like your cooch. Treat it kind. So treat it real nice. Get real nice or whatever. Now they sit up there and they really just chit chat about Toya. Okay, so they both are at odds with Toya about one thing or the other. And Quad said, you think she may be jealous because your house that you building is bigger than her house? Now Toya's house is 9,000 square feet, where Anita's house is 14,000 square feet. I'm like, is she jealous? Maybe, but maybe not. Who cares though? Okay. Now they both agree how Toya likes to play the victim. She likes to act as if no one, she hasn't done anything to anybody else. Everyone has done something to her. She's always the victim. And I'm like, but she's not. Okay. Now Quad wants an apology from Toya about her saying that Quad lives in a BS apartment. I'm like, why do you care what somebody who you say too broke to 40 house think about where you live? That makes no sense. Okay? Why does her opinion matter to you? If you say how broke she is, why you care what a broke person who out here scratching and surviving care about where you live? Do she pay your bills? No. So for me, move on from the Quad. Okay? Now look, I'm still here. I'm here now. Okay? I'm going to pop in so y'all can see I'm still here and whatever. Okay? Anyway. So I'll leave stuff though. We do see the next scene of Simone at the house Cecil comes home. Okay, she's like, Cecil, let me show you something. Okay, let me show you something or whatever. And then they sit down and on the news. It's a whole story about Lisa Nicole being investigated for fraud. Okay, for being a fraudulent person. I'm like, ooh, what did she do? Now, people were getting tested for COVID at her site. However, they could not get their results. Okay, so she's been questioned by the FBI, the IRS, the POLICE. I don't know, these authorities. Okay, it's the authorities. Anyway, to figure out what was going on, because again, it was Lisa Nicole's business being accused of not doing the right thing with COVID testing and people being able to get tested, but then also get their results. Okay, so that was the issue. Now, Simone was wondering, should we do, work with Lisa Nicole on the whole town hall thing? Is she on the news about being a fraudulent business person? I wouldn't. Okay, I would not or whatever. Now Simone then sent the video to Heavenly, Heavenly shocked. I'm gonna call you back, Simone. She then called Jackie. Okay, Jackie, girl, did you see what happened? I don't know. She then also calls Quad, okay, because she wants to know what Quad and Jackie feel, and they both feel in one way or the other. Well, Lisa needs to explain what's going on to us, okay? Because again, if she's on some BS round here, doing things illegally or whatever, we can't have her name associated with us. And I was like, well, I mean, at least they know what to do. Anyway, so we then see Scott and Contessa. We'll leave this up right now, okay? So Scott gets home, Contessa in the kitchen cooking or whatever, and she's on the phone with her little life coach or whatever. Now Scott was gonna leave the room to get on space to finish their session over the phone or whatever. No, Scott, you don't have to leave. Stay right here, okay? When your wife says stay right here and she's on the phone with her life coach, she probably wants to talk to you about fixing something, okay? It's something up with you. Now, as she's talking to the life coach or whatever, the life coach, like, we know where you are right now, Contessa, that you're doing things that, it doesn't have you complaining or whining about things. And Scott made that face, okay? This is from him thinking, what? She gonna do what? I'm like, Scott, leave her alone. Leave alone. Anyway, so he like, maybe, y'all had a conversation like, when I'm not around, because again, that's on y'all because you on bullshit or whatever. And she's like, no, do you feel like I whine or complain? He says, well, you don't whine. And, oh, so I complain. He was like, well, or whatever. And she's like, see, he always loves to jump in on when it's an insult, but not what's compliments. I'm looking like, but I feel like one, this scene must have been cut up, okay, to fit a narrative for one. And two, how you asked that man a question and then get upset with his response. Okay, I'm like, you asked him, does he feel like you whine and complain? And he says, well, you don't whine. You asked him, was he supposed to lie? I said, well, you don't do either. If you do one, I'm going to leave that be as well. Anyway, so he then said, after she hangs up from the lady or whatever, that he was just joking or whatever, my bad or whatever. Okay. Let's not make this into a deeper conversation or whatever. I was just like, I didn't want to be in on that conversation between you and your life coach or whatever. Okay. She was like, Scott, why did you get married? I'm like, that is when your wife look at you after being silent for a moment and then says, Scott, why did you get married? And I was like, oh, that's a good question. What is his answer? Then he said, I wanted to have a successful family life, whatever, happy and loving and whatnot, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so what are you doing to make those things happen, Scott? And he said, well, I'm doing the same thing I told you to do, which was for us to work on ourselves, okay, and talk to life coaches. And she's like, oh, you doing that too? He then says, yeah. I have a life coach as well, a female life coach I have been talking to for 6 or 7 months. Okay, even though I have not told you about said life coach I've been talking to for 6 or 7 months. And oh yeah, I don't pay this female life coach I've been talking to behind your back for 6 or 7 months. That's what Scott told his wife. Okay, and she said, oh. Really, Scott? Is that what it is, Scott? Look, I have to comb my hair out. It looks crazy when it's curly and it's not comb. But really, Scott? Is that what it is, Scott? Okay. Now Contessa called bullshit. Okay, she like, okay, he ain't bit more than a minute in the world. You know what I'm saying? On this guy's parents or whatever. Been talking to some life coach for 6 or 7 months. That we've had multiple conversations about talking to someone, and he has never brought up this quote unquote life coach. She then say, "Where you meet her? How did you find her?" He said, "Oh, I found her on the internet." I'm like, you know, Scott, you told your wife you found this lady, this female, who you have not mentioned to her for the past 6 or 7 months, who you do not pay. However, she is life coaching you for free, okay? You met her on the internet? On which website is my question? Did you Google the bitch? Okay, was she on Instagram? Was it on bingo.com? Where was it? Was it Christian Mingle, Scott? Where did you meet this lady? What did you put in the search engine to find this free female life coach? Okay, now I feel like at this point in time, because Scott said something like, is this going to be a conversation or an interrogation? I feel like she kept asking him questions, and that's what he meant by that or whatever. But again, it was cut up. Now, this point, she's like, Scott, I don't know what you want me to do. You know what I'm saying? Just like talking to a concrete wall. You know what I'm saying? We're not connecting. I keep telling you, we're not connecting, and you never want to talk about it. you know, that's what he then knows is a conflict or interrogation. And then, Scott, if you're not in this, okay, if you're not in this, then act like you're not in this and walk away, okay? Or just say you don't want to be in it, okay? Either be in this or don't. And I don't remember seeing no tears. I'm always weirded out by people who can make a crying face and crying face noises, but I don't see tears. Now, I also wasn't watching this with my glasses on, so I could have dismissed the tears, but I mean, she made all the noises of someone crying. Okay, I'm gonna leave that be. And Scott was a complete asshole and not even reacting to her, like, consoling her. But I also feel like she might do that a lot. So he might be, saying, hip to it. And man, she's fucking with me. She didn't want me to be reactive on camera. I ain't gonna do it. But he then gets up and walks away and says, I'm not about to have a negative conversation. I ain't doing this, Tessa. Okay, I ain't doing this, Tessa. And he walks away into the room and she just gets back to cooking. I'm like, did she wipe her face off first? I don't know. Anyway, I was like, look, Scott and Contessa, I really hope y'all not playing with y'all marriage. I hope not. A part of me feel like y'all are, because in real life and current time, y'all be acting all lovey-dovey little bits or whatever on the little Instagram freaks and whatnot. So I'm looking like, is y'all playing it up for the cameras? Is that what it was? I don't know, but let's move on. Anyway, we then see the whole town hall meeting. Look, it was organized. They gave away information or whatever. No one was arrested or slapped. At least Nicole. Again, it went off without a hitch. Okay, they just spoke about why it was important to vote. Either they had the different. It was like virtual. So they had some people there who were, airing the information to the people or whatever. You seen Quad hosting a little bit. And then when Toya said, Quad, you need time to saying practice, girl. No, okay. I have seasons upon seasons upon seasons on Sister Circle practicing already. I don't need no practice. I do this, okay. Toya then gonna say, well, if she did it so well, she wouldn't be out of a job. I'm looking like, you do know they didn't fire her. The show was canceled. Okay, the same way that your show can be canceled. Okay, it was a talk show on, I don't even know what station, but you can't. I'm like, Toya, have you had one child? And we know being a mother is 100% a job that has to be done. Have you had any job outside the household that requires you to like do other shit besides be a mom? Okay, because being a mom's hard. We get that. We 100% get that. You can't down talk Quad for saying I know how to do this because I've done it already. Okay, the show was a hit at one point, and the show got canceled. Fine. Anyway, we then see all the ladies sitting around eating dinner after the little thing is finished and whatnot. Okay, and then they're like, Lisa Cole, got some explaining to do, my little lady. What's going on with you in the little news or whatever? And so, not the only one who wasn't there was Jackie, but she now has to explain what happened with her, the COVID stuff or whatever, in the news and the fraudulent allegations. Okay, and then she said, well, in July, we had delayed results, and people who were upset filed a complaint. Okay, when someone's upset, they file a complaint. Okay, there were delays in July because we did, girl. I feel like she lying because she's talking too slow. Okay. Anyway, quiet then say, oh, but they said they were testing in June. It's currently October. Why would they still be waiting on results now? Like, what? How could they? Is they gonna get the results from the grave? Like, how would they be waiting June to October? Why would they not have results? This like, oh, what's going on there, honey? It was a hold up due to equipment. Okay, I'm not under any federal investigation right now about. I own the lab, but I did not have equipment to do the testing. I say, wait a minute. So you were doing COVID testing without the equipment to test for COVID? I'm confused. Okay. How did that happen? Okay. So she was like, I was collecting the samples. Okay. And then we would send off the samples elsewhere to be tested. Oh, okay. So you were not a COVID testing site. You were a COVID sample assimilating site. Okay, you was assimilating. That may not be the right word. You were assembling samples and then sending them elsewhere. I was like, oh, now Simone, who's a doctor, okay, who's a full-fledged doctor, whatever, said, look, when you're calling yourself a COVID testing site, that's not what you were. Okay, you were outsourcing. Okay, you were outsourcing and you were not a COVID testing site, even though that's what you were calling yourself. I'm like, seems like it. Now Simone, her confessional said, I'm not gonna say what she did was shady. I'm gonna say it was crooked. Okay, it was crooked as hell. I was like, it was. Like, having her confessional say, I wasn't gonna say this, but I told them before, Lisa Nicole does bad business. Now, I'm back for a second. Heavenly did a live, okay, and Heaven was pissed because apparently Lisa Nicole and whoever, somebody, girl is Curtis Kearns, but Lisa Nicole or whoever did a live after the episode or whatever and accused Heavenly of like Medicaid or Medicare fraud, was pissed her off. Okay, I ain't not never. It wasn't me, bitch. You wasn't me. She then went on. I'm off camera now, and she told what happened between her and Lisa Nicole years ago with that last event they did together. Her and Lisa Nicole was supposed to be paying half, each one on half of an event. Okay, so Lisa Nicole told me that the total event costs 14,000, meaning I was gonna pay 7,000. She would pay 7,000. And she said, well, my PR team went there the day of to do a walkthrough and asked for the invoice. They were told, Lisa Nicole told them, do not give them an invoice. Okay. But however, excuse me, one of Lisa Nicole's employees, who seems to not be happy, gave Heavenly a copy of the invoice. And turns out the location, whoever gave gave Lisa Nicole a discount. The real cost of the whole event was $7,000, meaning she was going to make Heavenly pay the whole 7,000. I said, girl, she said, that's why I don't fuck with her. Okay, she's a fraud ass bitch. Okay, I don't like her. Fuck her. Fuck her mama. Fuck her husband. Fuck everybody. Okay, fuck all. But she was like, I'm done. Okay, so she was pissed off. So again, her point was, Lisa Nicole be on some BS. She also brought up how, Lisa Nicole was trying to double bill. She's like, Lisa Nicole was saying how they tested 8,000 people a month. Okay, you're doing 8,000 a month for all these months or whatever, meaning you're testing all these people and you can't even get them results. However, if you're billing, $100 per test at 8,000 per, month or whatever, you're making like 800 grand, you know what I'm saying, within that month or whatnot. And if you, then bill the outsourcing company, you know what I'm saying, that's extra money. So again, what she was saying was Lisa Nicole out here being fraudulent as hell, billing herself at the testing site, but not retesting, sending herself out to another company to do the tests, and then charging them. Okay, so again, a whole bunch of mess. I was like, look, the minute Lisa Cole said that she had a COVID testing site with no equipment, I said, okay, you on some bullshit. Anyway, we did see Jackie and Simone, not Jackie and Simone, tell them they're going to a trip. I think they said Jackie Lane Island. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna leave that be. Now Simone brings up like we are a sisterhood, okay, and we're gonna have some fun. This would not be about like fixing shit and healing. It's gonna be some good old fun. But she then has a conversation with Anila Nyla and brings up, I hope that you and Toya can communicate during the trip. I'm like, if they not trying to feel shit, why they gotta talk about this on the trip? Leave it be and whatnot, okay? But she's like, look, I have tried to talk to Toya. She's not receptive to it or whatever, and I refuse to let y'all keep playing into her narrative that it's just me. Okay, it's some bullshit. I don't like it or whatever. So they chit and chatting separately, and then Toya walks up, and now she wants to talk to Anila Nyla, and she's like, "Well, no, you know what I'm saying? I tried this and I tried that or whatever." And then they was talking back and forth with Toya saying we had squashed stuff before my house, and then Anila then said, "We know, yeah, but after that, did you call me? Okay, I tried to talk to you. You would not talk to me." Toya brings up how you were talking to Carrie. Right, but was I talking about you to Carrie? And not Anita's upset because I think she felt like Toya was blaming her for them not being better friends and trying to I'll say accuse her of maybe talking bad about her to Carrie. Where Anila honestly felt like, well, no, I have not said anything against you as anyone here. I've never spoke, against you, but you have done that to me. And she got pissed, and then she left. She's like, I'm not gonna let Toya gaslight me. I'm gonna leave it some bullshit. We then see Toya talking to Simone and Carrie, where Simone said, girl, you don't like sharing and open up with the group, what's called this discourse. Okay, you should really tell Quad that you do not want her to talk about your money issues or whatever because it hurts your feelings. I'm like, it probably embarrasses her for anything else. And Quad like, how did I get in this? I ain't doing shit. Now Toya and Quad fussing about Toya calling Quad's place in the apartment. I was like, why are y'all so fussing about the name of the building? It's a fucking building with beds, and okay, doesn't matter if it's an apartment or a townhouse. But Toya finally apologizes or whatever, and I'm sorry because I had not met your place before and I was wrong. Blah 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 blah. They either shook hands or hooked. I don't know, but I didn't made up. I don't really care. We then see they all packing up to go on a little trip. They're taking a little RV drive. I'm like, an RV. They got a honey. The fact that Lisa Nicole pulled up in her RV. I'm like, who the fuck, girl? People in Georgia. Anyway, they're gonna ride Lisa's RV down to this lake. Okay, but they have to then drive to Heavenly's house to pick up Heavenly and Contessa, which is an hour away. Anita and I are gonna meet them there. Anyway, so they get up, they pick up Heavenly and Contessa. Heavenly had the food. Okay, boom, pow, pow. Now on the bus, for some reason, they start talking about what their fears are. Like Carrie said, my fear is dying in an RV bus crash. I say it may happen because we never know. Okay, Lisa then say that she's not a good judge. She's not a good judge of people, and it scares her that she thinks she can trust people, but then find out she can't. Now Simone say, well, things you put out end up coming back, meaning you the one we can't trust. Okay, what the fuck wrong with you? Now, Lisa, I thought I'm a trustworthy person. Y'all can trust me. Heavenly then said, you know what? It's the way you conduct business. Okay, the way you conduct business is not conducive to people trusting you because you're not transparent. Okay, you are not transparent, Lisa. She then brings up the whole COVID testing side or whatever about not having the equipment to do testing and being shady and not being transparent. Okay, I'm like, Lord. Now they fussing back and forth or whatever. And it's like, you can't promote yourself as a lab if you don't have the equipment. And Lisa then said, yes, you can. laugh, do it all the time. It wasn't just me who also had these backups. I'm looking like, oh, so it's a slew of y'all who out here doing bullshit. Like, why are you snitching on other folks? Okay, now they fussing back and forth. They fussing. Lisa, you are a dumb bully ass bitch. Heavenly said, your mama's a dumbass bitch. I said, oh, once Heavenly said, your mama, okay, she is mad, okay? They still fussing. Get her off my RV. Get her off my RV. Heavenly said, bitch, fine, bitch. I got an Uber. I said, Uber what? I have an Uber car. I said, is it an Uber car? I don't know. I don't do Uber. But it's like, I can ride anywhere. Just leave me be. And they fussing in the middle of the night on the RV on their way to a lake. I'm looking like, girl, please stop it. Anyway, that was the whole episode. It went off with them fussing. Now we know there are only 2 more episodes to the season, and then of course it's a 2-part reunion. Honey, I am ready for it to be over. I feel like nothing really happened this season. We do not need. You know what? I'll take a 2-part reunion out because one part gonna be bullshit. The second part will be the husbands and some bullshit or whatever, and we shall see. It bet not go past 2 parts. It bet not go past 2 parts. Anyway, thank y'all for listening because y'all didn't see me much. Okay, I was up there, but I wasn't up there. Okay, do not forget to follow me on social media, okay, at J_Lees_Corner. Like the video, subscribe at all times. CashApp up there too. Anyway, I will talk to y'all later. And do not ever send your cooch via text. If he wants it, he will come and get it. Peace.